tell us who you are and what you do here at the park.
My name is Jennifer Robinson, and I'm the Executive Director of the Friends of Patterson Park.
And for folks who might not know, tell us a little bit about what Friends groups do.
Sure. So the Friends are one of our groups locally, but we're part of a bigger movement nationwide, really of looking for ways to support and enhance public parks. So Friends groups are on the ground. We're often really tied to community members who are using the park on a regular basis, and we can listen and support with programs, events, feedback to the city, help advocate for what needs to get done in the park, but really try to find all the ways we can to support and enhance the park.
Can you say a little bit more about how you work with the city?
Sure. So the Friends actually has a memorandum of understanding with the city that lays out the agreements of who's going to do what. Our agreement outlines our work opening and maintaining the pagoda. So we opened it, we had 14,000 people come through the pagoda last year, and that means we are working on a monthly basis to ensure it's cleaned and repaired and in good shape for those visitors. We also help take care of the marble fountain in the park and the park superintendent's house. And then a lot of the other structures in the park are owned and maintained and operated by Baltimore City Recreation and Parks. So in those cases, we're looking for ways that we can maybe enhance and connect the community to those programs and events, and find ways to support. But those are operating a little bit more independently. And then we really work on programs and events that bring people to the park and connect them to the space. So we do big events. We co-produce the Great Halloween Lantern Parade with the Creative Alliance, for example. We have our own events like the pagoda lighting that happens in December. We do Dia del Nino in the spring for kids and families. All of our programs and events are free unless they're a fundraiser, which is a really great way to engage people in the community. And then we actually have volunteer teams that supplement the maintenance that the city can do. So we're cleaning the boat lake on a monthly basis, we're cleaning the playgrounds, cleaning the pagoda, as I mentioned, and we mulch all of the small trees in the park. We also plant about 100 trees in the park every year.
What is one of your favorite things about Patterson Park?
So I would say my favorite thing is really the way it engages people. So I think the park is made great by people who are using it, and individually I live right on the park, and I know that if I come into Patterson Park, I'm going to run into people that I know, maybe people I haven't met yet, but who have an interest in the park or are using the park, and it's just a really great way to connect people and have that touch of nature in our urban lives. So I love seeing people connect to the park.
What are some of the changes you've seen in the park over the past couple of decades?
Well, so the Friends have been in operation since about 1998, coming out of a master plan, and really at that time the park was underutilized. It had a real reputation for danger and illegal activities happening here. And the work of the Friends in those early years was really trying to get people into the park to use the space. People were staying away in the neighborhoods, and we had to find ways to engage people. So my predecessors in my role really were creative at working with arts programming, kids programming that brought people in. Over time, what we've really seen is the park has changed to the point where it's now one of the most utilized Baltimore City public parks, if not the most utilized. And we have so many people that are trying to use it that our role at the Friends can really be helping to ensure there's still equitable access to the park, and that the park is meeting the diverse needs of a lot of different kinds of users, and that we have the resources and things that people hope that we will have in order to make it a great space. So I think that change from being underutilized to being really utilized at capacity is something that we're excited about and presents new challenges every day for us.
There's so much great stuff happening here, but do you visit other parks in the city?
Of course, yes. Baltimore City has wonderful public parks, and so I love to go even as far as the west side has Gwynns Falls and Leakin Park. Really great opportunities there for hiking and activities for kids and all kinds of things going on in Leakin Park, Druid Hill Park. I get down to Dipsky Park, Canton Waterfront Park. I could name lots of them, Silburn Arboretum. I just think we have such a great, diverse set of parks that have different things for people to enjoy. So I hope everybody gets out and checks them out, but I certainly love to do that.
What's something people might not know about Patterson Park?
Well, the thing that I keep learning about is all of the amazing history here. So we're sitting at a historic structure built in 1892, but this is really commemorating even earlier historical events, and I think those layers of history. So this spot played a key role in the land battle of the War of 1812 in 1814, and we are not far from where there was a Union hospital during the Civil War. There's so much history, even just learning about the early immigrants that helped establish the park. All of those different layers of history are something that I think we don't always find in a green space, or we don't always appreciate when we're out walking our dogs or having a picnic, but I think learning about that enhances that, and knowing the role that the park has played in the lives of Baltimore City residents for so many years.
And how can people get involved with the Friends?
So the Friends has a variety of ways to get involved. We are a membership organization, and so we'd love to have people support us with a little bit of their finances. That's a really helpful thing to do. Our memberships start at $25, and that goes directly to our programming and events. The other ways is really coming out and finding a volunteer opportunity. As I mentioned, we do lots of different things, and we're always interested in what people would like to do and how they'd like to connect to the park. So we have a couple big profile volunteer events in the spring and the fall, but then we're doing monthly teams that give people an opportunity to drop in and do that. We also use volunteers to coach our soccer program and our basketball program, which is relatively new. So we love to have community members get engaged in that type of activity. And the other thing is really just keep using Patterson Park and enjoying it, and let us know how it's working for you, because we need people to use it to keep it vibrant and alive. So, really there are a lot of different ways to connect to the park.
Great. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
My pleasure. Thanks.